Hey class, so for this discussion post or discussion video, I did a research over Pearl S. Buck. So she was a Nobel Prize winner, as well as one of her books won the Pulitzer Prize. And she grew up in China to Presbyterian missionary parents. Um, and the controversy with her is she went from having strong feelings for her faith and being committed to it to like low key, not even low key. Like she pretty much blatantly was like, Christianity is pretty much superstition. So from the research, these are like the things that really stood out to me. So Charles R. Edmond was the president of the Presbyterian Board of Foreign Missions, and he honestly wanted her to just resign and go away, which she ended up doing in May 1st of 1933. But he just wanted her to go away because she was causing chaos in the church because she was doing articles, interviews, speeches, publicly saying that she pretty much did not agree with the church's doctrine as far as Christian faith. So in the beginning, she had strong feelings, like we said, and then around 1920s into the 1930s, that's when her feelings kind of begin to like fade and come up to the surface. And she didn't really see the importance of missionary work in foreign countries, let alone China. And it's from the letters and the letters and the interviews that she wrote and that I found that she wrote to her brother. It seemed more like she was interested in doing humanitarian work instead of doing missionary work. So in a letter she wrote to her brother in 1918, she said, humanly speaking, missions in China have not been a success because we have been out, working out the wrong end, working at the wrong end. So within the letter, she continues to tell her brother she just feels convicted about trying to share the gospel and tell people, hey, believe in God, believe in Jesus, when there's people who are starving there, they're homeless, they're living under an oppression. And she was there during the major points in Chinese history. In even in her in the book about her life that I read, she studied Confucianism. She studied that when she was younger, and when you're younger, that's kind of when you're most impressionable. That's normally around the time people give their life to Christ. So when she was younger, studying that could have kind of shaped her view and how she viewed things. So at that time, as time went on, she began to question Christian missionary work in foreign countries. So she viewed missionaries as incompetent and intolerant that led to ineffectiveness, like they weren't really doing anything. So by the time she finished her speech that she did in New York, the board members pretty much wanted to talk to her about her public comments because it goes against the church. And she refused in April of 1933. So they wanted to talk to her about the Cosmopolitan article she published denouncing sin and hell as being a superstitious belief. And then the fact that she put Confucius and Jesus in the same category, pretty much making them equal, but they're not. So they wanted to try her on charges of hearsay, and hearsay, just publicly denying the core doctrine of Christian faith. There were some people who said, well, hey, if we talk to her and she's committed, she's okay with like saying like, hey, these aren't how I felt, this article got misinterpreted, then we can keep her in the face. But there were other board members who said that's not enough. Like just because she says she agrees with us, she's a part of us, she cannot come back. Like she has to stay away. So at the end of the day, May 1st, that's when she pretty much resigned and was like, you know what, I'm no longer participating in that. And then she stayed in China and continued to, publish works. And then I even recall where she donated most of her money to charity organizations, and she stopped giving to churches regularly. So that's about Pearl S. Buck. Bye.